Compass FM, and it wasn't a bad day yesterday, Māori Black Mirror, the Hurunui district. It wasn't a bad day, really, was it? It's just blinking hot, wasn't it?
It was extreme temperatures yesterday, Kerry, so, it's interesting times, isn't it, really?
Certainly is. Now, you are a Hurunui native. You've been, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say, you've been around a long time, but that would be absolutely rude of me to say that, so I won't do that. But you would have seen conditions like this before in the Hurunui.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is. We've this summer has been quite unusual in many ways. I mean, it's only last week that we had 3 nights in a row at home where we had sort of 11 to 13 mils of rain, and that's probably more unusual than a peak of high temperature like what we did experience yesterday, and we're likely to experience today. So, whether it's unusual weather patterns, I probably don't think so. I think it's relatively normal for the Hurunui district, and it is something that we just need to be. What this brings to mind for me is that we just need to, it heightens our sensitivity around water use, with the uncertainty around water use. So my message to our community would be just be vigilant around that at the moment. We don't know what's around the corner, although there is some predicted rain by the end of the week. But, I think we just need to be aware, and our neighbouring communities have been affected by fires, and I think we touched on this last week, but I just think we need to keep that front and centre of our mind that it can be such a critical thing at this time. So, there has been put a halt on all fire permits, I think, across the region. So
yep.
Please take account of that, and please be careful around that, particularly around this intense heat, because I think even, green flourishing trees would burn in these high temperature zones that we are experiencing at the moment.
No, they were saying that it was going to be a couple of degrees cooler today, but when you were looking at Cheviot yesterday, they had the thermometer tipping 39 degrees. A couple of degrees cooler is 37 degrees, and that's still ridiculous. If you have an urge to go and mow your lawn somewhere, that's being recommended against as well. Anything that could cause a spark, just don't do it.
That's exactly right, and I would absolutely endorse the comments that you've just made, and is being messaged across the district.
Absolutely. No, it's probably a good time that we're having these incredible temperatures now, because school goes back. Is that right? School around the Hurunui going back next week?
Yes, that's correct. It's my understanding. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, each school does determine their own return date, but I'm mindful that schools will be returning. That does mean there'll be a whole lot of excited children wanting to get back into the routine of school. But driving across our community, I would just remind people about the 20k rule with our school bus routes, particularly keeping our children safe as they get to and return home from their respective schools. So we all play a part of keeping that safety.
Absolutely, and if you want to go to the Waipara school today, then you're more than welcome, because I've got one of these the pool parties on today.
Look, the pool parties have been absolutely fabulous. I haven't been able to attend them all, but I might have a half an hour where I can drop into Waipara during today. But it's just a lovely way to connect with your community in a different aspect. I popped into Waikari yesterday, Monday it might have been, and spoke to grandparents, parents, and they have really appreciated the visibility, I suspect, of councils in their community. So, I think it's a nice way to reward the relationship, really.
Absolutely. There's an opportunity for Hurunui people to get up close to the Mayor and councillors coming soon in a couple of weeks' time, the Markham Street Summer Festival in Amberley.
Yes, exactly. That will be another really exciting event for the Hurunui. I mean, of course, the COVID scare that we've just been through as a country, but we do anticipate coming into Markham Street Festival, and then March is our show season for our more northern part. I mean, there's some really great events that we've got to get in behind, and even over Waitangi weekend, it's a long weekend. Keep that shop local thing going, because the more we support each other, the stronger, the more resilient we will be. So, lots of opportunities to get out and just seek the value that we have in our district.
Absolutely. It's a great time and a great part of North Canterbury and the Hurunui. Marty, I do appreciate you coming on Compass FM every Wednesday. We'll do it again next week. Until then, you look after yourself and say hi to all the team for us.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Kerry. Take care.
It is Compass FM.